computer. Move on the computer.
प्रेम से बोलो जगदम्बे भवानी शंकर माता की जय। जय जय सीताराम सबको नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल, जय गुरुदत्ता, ओम साई राम। My dear brothers and sisters, prayers as you know, let us begin this evening's session of devotion. We still have some activities on the altar, but we will forego that. We'll ask the devotees to be very quiet on the altar. As the Pandits shall have the Persad, it's very important as well. Let us take this opportunity this evening to sit upright on this, our final night, ninth night of NauvRaatri, giving praise and thanks to Devi Bhavani Shankar Mata as we glorify her in all her different forms. Let me welcome each and every one of you from near and far, and those who could not be here for one reason or the other. As always, tonight we are joined by Bhakti TV live, broadcasting all over the world. My dear brother Pandit Satyanand Maharaj Ji, thank you very much for propagating such a Sanatan Vedic Dharma globally. To those of you on Devi Mandir social media pages, we say Swagatam. Those of you joining tonight on Pandit Devi Persad's media pages, we say Swagatam. As we sit upright, clasp our hands, let us join in dhyanam and prayer as we invoke that Shakti, Devi Bhavani Shankar Mata, into our evening of devotion. Prem se bolo Jagadambe Mata ki jai. Hari Om, Hari Hari Om. Shri Ganeshaya Namah, Shri Saraswati Namah, Shri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namo Namah. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Jagadambe Bhavani Shankar Mata, O Mother of this universe, Mother Divine, Mother Supreme, the embodiment of love, the embodiment of purity, the embodiment of softness. Ma, as you open your arms tonight to welcome all of your children here at Devi Mandir, those joining us remotely online as well, all over the world tonight. Ma, we ask for thy blessings. Mataji, the devotees have come before you night after night for the past 8 and tonight and night to celebrate, to sing your glories, to listen to your holy scriptures, to adhere to your teachings, Ma. We ask tonight that you make us better people, so that we go out to the world, face all our challenges of this world with your blessings, O Ma. We have created now this beautiful lotus in our hearts. We ask you, we invite you, please remain in our hearts and seated there, and thus become that traffic cop guiding us in words, in thoughts and in deeds. May our lives be pure, may our speech be sweet, pure, and may our thoughts be truthful and genuine. Ma, we ask you to teach us to love all and serve all selflessly. सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। भगवान शिव नागेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मंगरागाय महेश्वराय नित्याय सुधाय दिगंबराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय। पवन पुत्र हनुमान जी अतुलित बलधामं हेम शैलावदेहं तनुजवन कृशानो ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकल गुण निधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपति प्रिय भक्तं वातुजातं नमामि। बांसुरीवाला मोहन मुरलिया घनश्याम वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंस चाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमसधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्। परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतम् धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे। हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम। प्रेम से गोपाल वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। कवि सम्राट साहित्य चक्रवर्ती गोस्वामी तुलसीदास जी gave us this beautiful shloka in his composition of Sri Ramcharitamanas. A beautiful prayer glorifying Bhavani Shankar Ma, Mother of the Universe, Durga Mata. Mother Vani, the goddess of speech. Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. And of course, the sage Valmiki, the original author of Ramayana. Let us all chant once again Sri Ramcharitamanas, Balkanda, chapter 1, verse 1. Varanam Artha Sandhana Rasanam Chandasapi Mangalanam Kartaro Vande Vani Vinayako Bhavani Shankaru Vande Shraddha Vishwasrupino Yavyam Vinana Pashanti Siddha Swantastam Ishwaram Vande Bodhamayam Guru Shankar Rupino Yama Shritohi Vakropi Chandrahar Sarvat Vandake Sitaram Gunagram Punyaranya Grivahrino Vande Vishuddha Vijnanam कवीश्वर कपीश्वर। प्रेम से बोलो भगवान रामचंद्र की जय। My dear devotees, once again Swagatam. We're now going to 1 minute of silence, but let me explain what we do in these 60 seconds. Very important indeed. The first 30 seconds, I'd like you to rid your mind of all thoughts prior to coming to Devi Mandir this evening and focus on that image, Shakti Devi Ma. Reconnect that ribbon that we spoke about earlier this week. From your heart to the feet of the Devi. A yellow ribbon, imaginary ribbon, but that ribbon is a source of strength and energy. And the last 30 seconds of this 1 minute, I want you to call all of the names of your ancestors. Those great souls who have gone to the beyond. Tonight, we pay tribute to all of our ancestors. Let's go into 1 minute of silence, please. प्रेम से बोलो जगदम्बे भवानी शंकर माता की जय. My dear brothers and sisters, let us glorify Pratama Pujye Lord Ganesha Vinayaka. This beautiful bhajan tells us, O Bhagwan, kindly protect us, O merciful Gajanan. Your face is covered with the red powder to sindoor. Thou gives protection to those who have come to thy refuge. O the darling son of Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati, Ambama, thou art the bestower of bliss and also the leader of the Ganas. Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnu Shashi Varanam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Varanam Dhyayo Sarva Vigano Vashanti Agajanana Paramarkam Gajanam Arnisham Anek Dantam Bhatanam Ek Dantam Upasmahe Ek Dantam Upasmahe. I'd like to ask all of you to clap your hands and sing to the top of your voices the lyrics up on the projector. Pahi Gajanan Dinavana. Pahi Gajanan Dinavana. Pahi Gajanan Dinavana. Pahi Gajanan Dinavana. Sindur Badana Siddhi Janapalana. Sindur Badana Siddhi Janapalana. Sindur Badana Siddhi Janapalana. Sindur Badana Siddhi Janapalana. Ambika Tanaya Amaralishwara. Ambika Tanaya Amaralishwara. Ambika Tanaya Amaralishwara. Ambika Tanaya Amaralishwara. Aganita Guna Gana Anandadaya. Aganita Guna Gana Anandadaya. Pahi Gajanan Dinavana. Pahi Gajanan Dinavana. Sindur Badana Siddhi Janapalana. Sindur Badana Siddhi Janapalana. Ambika Tanaya Amaralishwara. Ambika Tanaya Amaralishwara. Aganita Guna Gana Anandadaya. Aganita Guna Gana Anandadaya. Aganita Guna Gana Anandadaya. Aganita Guna Gana Anandadaya. Pahi Gajanan Dinavana. Prem se bolo Gajanan Swami ki Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati. Swagatam once again to each and everyone. My dear mothers, fathers, Uncle Mohanji, Jai Sitaram, my father, aunties here as well, I believe, yes, and please, welcome, Swagatam. My dear Gurus, Reverend Pandits and Panditas, members of the executive here at Devi Mandir, brothers and sisters, friends and relatives, children, my dear godchildren, grandchildren, and of course members of the Devi Mandir Pickering, all of the devotees here at Devi Mandir. Swagatam. On this, the 8th night of this, sorry, nobody correcting me tonight? You're sleeping? I'm just testing you, NauvRaatri, the 9th night, this is the night. We're celebrating a birthday, I believe tonight. Bhaiya told me his name is just like mine. Dev Persad. He's here. Devji, where are you? Happy birthday. Let's give him a lovely round of applause. Happy birthday to you, Ji. And we'll certainly celebrate the birthday song at the end. In our lives, as we've been covering all week, we go now before the feet of our Guru. Our parents, mother first, then father, of course, you know the formula. Mother, father, teachers, gurus, acharya gurus, and of course spiritual gurus are in there as well. If your parents are alive tonight, if they're physically here at Devi Mandir, go bow to their feet. Give them a hug and a kiss. Say these words to them, I love you. And parents, when you bless your children, you must use these words. Listen carefully. Juk juk jiyo hamaro betu. And if you don't know what that means, I'll tell you what my late Aji, used to always give us this blessing. She says, Beta, as high as the Himalayas may rise, may you always succeed in life. How could you go wrong? When Mataji blesses you like this, when you have the blessings of Mother especially, life is good, devotees. Tonight, let us glorify Gurudev. We bow again and again, the bhajan says to Guruji, the supreme noble teacher, supreme Lord, Lord whose form is Om, Lord of Parti, Lord of the universe, and Lord of Prashanti Nilayam. Let us glorify him with this beautiful bhajan. Gurudevaya Namo Namo Gurudevaya Namo Namo Haribol Gurudevaya Namo Gurudevaya Namo Namo He Parameshwar Namo Namo He Parameshwar Namo Namo Parmeshwar Namo Namo He Parmeshwar Namo Namo Gurudevaya Namo Namo Omkaraya Namo Namo Omkaraya Namo Namo Parti Purishwar Namo Namo Parti Purishwar Namo Namo Jagadishwaraya Namo Namo Jagadishwaraya Namo Namo In the Devi Bhagavatam, Devi Vyasji wrote very beautifully. This Sri NauvRaatri Raksha Mantra Stotram, glorifying the 9 forms of the Devi as we've been singing and chanting all week. Devotees, with that yellow ribbon, imaginary ribbon connected to the feet of Bhavani Shankar Ma tonight, I want you to energize. I want you to feel that positive energy that we felt, those of you who were here last night. That energy continues to flow today. And as Mataji, with a beautiful form seated on the altar, ready to receive us, we glorify her. Prem se bolo Bhavani Shankar Mata ki. Om Shain Putri Maiya Raksha Karo, Om Jag Janani Devi Raksha Karo, Om NauvRaatri Namaha, Om Jag Janani Namaha, Om NauvRaatri Namaha, Om Jag Janani Namaha, Om Brahmachari Maiya Raksha Karo, Om Bhavakari Devi Raksha Karo. Shakti Rupa Maiya Raksha Karo, Om NauvRaatri Namaha, Om Jag Janani Namaha, Om NauvRaatri Namaha, Om Jag Janani Namaha, Om Skanda Mata Maiya Raksha Karo, Om Jagadamba Janani Raksha Karo, Om NauvRaatri Namaha, Om Jag Janani Namaha, Om Shani Ambe Raksha Karo, Om NauvRaatri Namaha, Om Jag Janani Namaha, Om NauvRaatri Namaha, Om Jag Janani Namaha, Om Navratri Kali Raksha Karo, Om Sukhdati Maiya Raksha Karo, Om NauvRaatri Namaha, Om Jag Janani Namaha, Om NauvRaatri Bhavani Shankar Mata ki. 3 times with me. Come on, Ambe. Jai Jagadambe. Ambe. Jai Jagadambe. Ambe. Jai Jagadambe. With the blessings of the Divine Mother be upon me, one and all. She's very present. She's very present, very prevalent. You can feel her energy. You can feel her Shakti. Devotees, today being Shanivar, Saturday, we must sing the praises. The Lord of this century, the Lord of this age, Mahavir Swami, Pavanaputta Hanumanji. Exactly 1 week from today, you all know what's taking place here at Devi Mandir. 108 Devi Puja Shri Hanuman Jayanti celebrations. I'll be back next week to celebrate with you, beginning at 9 a.m. till about noon. And of course, in the evening, we will come back for Ramayan Katha from 7 to 9 p.m. Please join us as we sing this rendition of Shri Hanuman Chalisa, these 40 verses, glorious verses. If you know of anyone, or even if anyone in the audience tonight is sick, suffering, just not having a good day, this beautiful prayer, by the way, does anyone know who composed the Shri Hanuman Chalisa? Who? Anybody? For extra bhaga Persad, come on. Kavi Samrat Sahitya Chakravarti Goswami Tulsidas Ji in praising power of the Hanumanji. This most powerful prayer is known as the most powerful form of spiritual meditation. Tonight, we glorify Him. Let me hear all of you tonight. We blend our voices. Let our voices be echoed in Devi Mandir and all across this planet tonight. Anyone who is sick and suffering, listening to this broadcast tonight, we send the healing Shakti of Mahavir Swami into your hearts. Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raju Nij Man Mukuru Sudhar Parnau Raghuvar Bimal Jasu Jodayaku Phal Chhari Buddhi Tanu Janike Sumirao Pavan Kumar Pal Buddhi Vyade Mohi Arhu Kale Sarkar O ऐसे हमरे नाम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे नाम भक्त हरि बोल ओ ऐसे हमरे नाम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे नाम भक्त हितकारी जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा आनंद कुंडल कुंचित केशा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कान्हे मूंज तने ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी 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 शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर नाम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा एक रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज जय श्री राम ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी 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 गाय सजीवन लखन लियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्ष लाए रघुपति जी बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई सरस बदन तुमरो यश गावे असित श्रीपति कंठ लगावे संकालिक तुम्हारी कोई सा नारद शारद सरिगल ईशा जब कुबेर दिखपाल जहाँ के कवि कोविद कहि सधई कहा ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी 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 तुम्हारे पुकार सुग्रीव ही कीना राम मिलाए राजपद दीना तुम्हारो मंत्र विनीत नमाना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना योजन स्वयोजन पर भानु लील्यो पावन मधुर फल जानो प्रभु पुत्रिका जनि मुखमाई जलधि आमी रचन जनाई दुर्गम काज जगत की देवी सुगमया नौव्रातो भरे
काहू को डरना,
आपन तेज सहारो आपे कीन हो
जो तमाम गावे,
साजन कट नहीं आवे,
महावीर जो नाम सुनावे,
नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमान बोलो।
ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी, ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी, ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी, ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी।
संकट की मन मान जुड़ावे,
मन क्रम वचन दान जो लावे,
सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा,
तिनके कार्य सकल तुम साजा,
और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे,
सोई नित जीवन फल पावे,
आरु प्रताप तुम्हारा,
है परिसिद्धि जगत उजियारा,
साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम कृष्ण।
ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी, ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी, ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी, ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी।
सिद्धि रमणी के दाता,
असबर दीन जानकी माता,
राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा,
सदा रहो रघुपति के दाता,
तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे,
जन्म जन्म के नित बिसरावे,
काल रघुवर पुर जाई,
जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कमाई,
और देवता जितना धरे, हनुमन से धर्म सुख हरि बोल।
ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी, ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी, ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी, ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी।
संकट कटे विधे सब पीरा,
जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलवीरा,
जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई,
सिखावर रघुकुंडे रघुनाई,
जो सवार पाठ कर कोई,
चुटकी हंसी महासुख होई,
जो जन पर हनुमान चालीसा,
होई सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा।
सीता सदा हरि तेरा हो, जय नाथ हृदय नाथ।
ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी, 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 ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी।
पवन तनय संकट हरणम, मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। प्रेम से बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की। Let's try that one more time. प्रेम से बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की। You all energized, pulverized with divinity, with bhakti. Now, after taking you up the Mount Kailash with that energy level, that last chant, Sri Hanuman Chalisa. Now let us become like that petal, that rose petal, as we go before the Divine Mother. If you can, sit upright once again with that ribbon connected. And I want you to gently close your eyes and meditate upon the Divine Mother. Adi Shakti, Bhavani Shakti, Jagadambe Durga Mama. My dear brothers and sisters, now that you have invoked her Shakti, quietly we calm our minds and we take three deep breaths. As we inhale, we say so. And if we exhale, we say hum. I and my mother are one. Oh, Divine Mother in all your forms. Tonight, as we begin, Ma, we thank you for the past few nights, which have been very highly energized, extremely blissful, engulfed in your pure love, we can feel your soft and compassionate touch, which is so warm, definitely comforting. We ask you, O Ma, as your children tonight, to be present with us as we bring this NauvRaatri Yajna to a close. On behalf of everyone present here at Devi Mandir and joining us all over the world and all of the media platforms tonight, Ma, we thank you with our whole hearts for your love, for your guidance and your blessings. Jai Jai Durga, Jaya Durga, Mahamaya Jagdamba, He Mata Vishwamohini, Devi Jagdamba, Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga, Mahamaya Jagdamba, Parameshwari Jaya Durga, Jagadishwari Jai Amba, Jai Jai Durga, Jaya Durga, Mahamaya Jagadamba. Praise the Jagat Janani Bhavani Shankar Mata Ki Jai. My dear brothers and sisters, tonight we shall recap what we have learned on this journey together over the past 8 sessions about the significance of NauvRaatri as we surrender everything to this lotus feet of the Divine Mother. And I mean total surrender. Tonight I'll be quoting from the Devi Bhagavatam, the Sri Ramcharitamanas, and of course from the lips of our Swami Bhagwan Sri Satchi Sai Baba. On this ninth night of NauvRaatri, the Devi is worshipped as Ma Siddhi Dhatri. I quote tonight firstly from Srimad Devi Bhagavatam on the description of Devi. Gently clasp your hands and close your eyes as we meditate. Adi Shakti Namaschandrikaye Bhyo Namah. Om Siddha Gandharva Yaksa Adyay Asure Amarirapi Sevyamana Sada Bhuya Siddhida Siddhaini. Prem se bolo Shri Siddhidatri Mata Ki Jai. Siddha Gandharva Yaksa Adyay Asure Amarayapi, being the ninth form of the goddess Durga. The name follows Siddhi. What is Siddhi? A supernatural power. Hanumanji had Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi. He had 8 of these supernatural powers that could make him shrink himself as small as a mosquito, or tall as any of the skyscrapers we have here in Toronto. On this ninth night of NauvRaatri, the Dhatri, so Siddhi is the supernatural powers. The Dhatri means one who gives, one who is awarded. So if for example, Hanuman Baba, who was awarded the Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi, those 8 Siddhis, 9 Nidhis, were granted by this form of the Devi, Ma Siddhi Dhatri. She is worshipped on the 9th night of NauvRaatri, and she fulfills all of the divine aspirations. It is believed that on one side of Lord Shiva's body is that of the goddess Siddhi Dhatri. Therefore, he is also known by the name of Ardhana Ishwara. And according to the Vedic scriptures, Lord Shiva attained all of the Siddhis by worshipping this form of the goddess. My dear brothers and sisters, as a reminder of the process, first, last Friday, April 1st, we became inspired by Shailaputri Devi to learn the scriptures. Then came Brahmacharani Ma to aid and practice sadhana, which is what we are doing tonight. Chandraghanta Devi, in an effort to purify ourselves now in such a way that all our actions become tapasya or worship to the divine. Then came Kushmanda Devi. Upon performing the tapasya to the divine, support came now to nurture our divinity. Then came Skandamata Devi, so that we are able to experience the purity and love of our offerings. Whether we sing, whether we clap, whether we offer prasadam, we perform pujan, that is all offerings to the Devi. Then Katyayani Devi. At the right time in our spiritual journey, Katyayani Ma ensures us that we are ripened now and ready. Our selfish ego is destroyed. Our selfish ego becomes destroyed. Then comes Raaatri Devi and replaced now with a very radiant light. Mahagauri, of course, and then finally now, Raaatri. Our minds are completely mature and we are ready to sit before the Devi and receive her Mahima, that Shakti, that beautiful love, Raaatri Devi. As we covered, I believe on the very first night, last week, Friday, where we covered the 9, there are 7 major chakras in the body, of course, and we compared these to each of the forms of Ma and how they are controlled. So we spoke about the Mooladhara chakra, which is the base chakra. Mother Durga resides here. Also Shaila Putri Ma resides here. It is called Ganesh, where Ganesh resides in this Mooladhara chakra. And then we move up the chakras. Brahmacharini in the Swadhisthana chakra, Chandraghanta in the Manipura chakra, Kushmanda in the Anahata chakra in the heart, then Skandamata in the Vishuddhi chakra, Katyayani in the Ajya chakra, and Raaatri in the Shahasrarar chakra. Then comes Mahagauri and Raaatri. On the holy occasion of NauvRaatri, what does our Bhagwan seek from every seeker, from every one of us? I quote tonight from the lips of Bhagwan Sri Sai Baba. He says, implores us today, how sweet and loving is the tone of Ma. We may have studied all of these sacred texts and listened to so many discourses from so many different pundits and spiritualists. We might have also had a darshan of a holy and very sacred person. What is the use? What is the purpose of all of this? Due to the effect of unsacred food, and we spoke about this the other night, bad company, all your good thoughts become subdued. Good thoughts can express themselves only when we get rid of bad thoughts. They don't coexist. Each one of us tonight must make a conscious effort to dispel these bad thoughts. And what better place to do it than coming to Devi Mandir and singing beautiful bhajans, clapping and showering the Devi with our love and receiving that Mahima. Devotees, as an example, Swami tells us, we are all very conscious of whom we open our front door to in our home, not to strangers. So too, we must never open the doors of our minds to permit any wicked feelings or any people with wicked thoughts or wicked intentions that are trying to curb our minds or to change the way that we think. Stand pure and stand firm with Devi in our hearts. Embodiments of love. On this sacred and holy occasion, let us take an oath to discover and give up the vices are present within us. There is no nobler quality in the world than love. It is wisdom, it is righteous, and it is wealth, and most importantly, it is truth. One of the Devis of this Mandir, I call her Bhojan Devi. Auntie Samde, very well downstairs, number Kunj. Last night, I got a text message on the way into Mandir. Bandaji, please stop in the kitchen before you go upstairs. I thought I was in trouble. But she had a request, and such a loving request, and such a wonderful soul. She's very blessed because she feeds us every night. The bhajan tonight, we sing together, glorifying Ma. Ma, you're so good to us, so innocent with us, so loving with us. This world is filled with thorny situations that cause us pain, but Ma, your face is a flower garden, your Phul Kumari, and that makes us smile over. Your eyes must be tired after the many nights we kept you awake to take care of our needs when we were young. Ma, when we were a baby, you sacrificed your sleep for our sleep, oh Ma. You have no joy or no sorrow of your own, Ma. When we are happy, you are happy. If we smile, you smile. If we cry, you cry. A mother is the very life of her children. Those people today, like myself, who are very fortunate to have mothers alive, we are indeed very lucky. Ma, you are beautiful. Ma, you're so cool, you're so unique. You have no joy or sorrow of your own, Ma. Tu kitni achhi hai, tu kitni boli hai. प्यारी प्यारी है ओ माँ, let us sing. तू कितनी अच्छी है. I think that's a little too high. Sorry guys. D major. तू कितनी अच्छी है, तू कितनी भोली है, प्यारी प्यारी है ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ. तू कितनी अच्छी है, तू कितनी भोली है, प्यारी प्यारी है ओ माँ. ये जो दुनिया है ये बन है कांटों का, तू फुलवारी है ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ. दुख मिलाती है माँ तेरी अखियाँ, दुख मिलाती है माँ तेरी अखियाँ. मेरे लिए जाती है सारी सारी रतियाँ, मेरे निमिया पे तो अपनी निमिया भी तू मेरी वाली. कितनी अच्छी है, तू कितनी भोली है, प्रेम से बोला शक्ति भवानी शंकर माता की जय। ओम नमस्तंबिकाय नमः। Devi Mandir tells us now, this NauvRaatri festival, it should just not be observed as any festival for worshiping Brahma, Vishnu or Mahesh. These goddesses symbolize divine potencies, devotees. And one must recognize this oneness underlying in different forms. Different forms, but one Shakti, one God. All beings breathe the same air as their life breath. Then why is there so much separation? Why is there discrimination amongst men? Let us do a little example right now. Take a deep breath, everybody. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Didn't we all just breathe the same air? We all on this planet share the same air. The one sun shines for all mankind. And why is there so much discrimination? Why is there so much hatred? Brothers and sisters, our scriptures tells us the 5 basic elements are common to all. And nature is comprised of these 5 elements. But in the Paratattva, the supreme principle, the divine, they do not exist. These elements are mortal. What is immortal, devotees? Are we immortal? Are you immortal? What is immortal? Anybody, come on. Come on, don't be afraid. What is immortal? You're looking at them. Bhagwan, nature is immortal, devotees. To proceed from the mortal, you and I, mortal means it can die. What is born must die. From the mortal to the immortal is the easiest means to cultivate now this prema, the divine love that emanates from the divine mother. That is her only business, to love all, and because she loves all of her children. Remember I told you on the first night, she has no eyeball, she has no favorites. Everyone is equal, good or bad. She even loved Ravan. Remember the story of the first night? Devotees. The heart is like a sky wherein the clouds, in the form of thoughts, hide the buddhi or the intellect. It becomes a little foggy sometimes, you know. We don't think properly. And the mind now represents the sun and the moon. They become cloud and they become dark. What we are practicing and what we have learned over the past 8 and tonight 9 nights is Vairagya. The means to get rid of those evil thoughts, those negativities, and any desires arising from them. The Devi Puja performed during this NauvRaatri by our very learned and astute Pandits. That puja is intended to get rid of worldly attachments and to divert the mind from what is material, the mortals, to the immortal. There are 4 different types of qualities in man. We all have these. Humanness, the animal nature, the demonic nature, and the divine nature. Those are the 4 qualities. When man follows the dictates of the body, he is prey to the animalistic nature. And when he is subject now to the vagaries of the mind, he becomes demonic. The mind is chanchal, the mind goes all over the place. But when he is governed by all 3, the body, mind and the Atma, he is human. You and I. And when he is following the Atma now, the soul, he is manifesting divinity. And as we have created this altar, this seat, in our homes, I'm sure we have beautiful altars, physical altars. What about the altar that's in the heart that we carry 24/7, 365? And we nourish this with every single breath of air. We say, so humble, I and my mother, I and my father are one. What about this altar? If in fact we have the altar at home, and we sit there every morning for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, whatever the case is, and we pray, we do our puja. And we also carry, according to scriptures, we have an altar in our hearts where one, whatever form resides. Then why it is that we are prone to hatred and to anger? Does the altar principle or the altar theory only apply to the 5 minutes we sit down in front of the altar at home? The minute we walk out of that prayer room, altar is gone, God is gone, I see you later, Bhagwan, I'll catch you at 6 o'clock. Devotees, it does not work like that. Trust me when I tell you this. If Mataji is with us, with all that love, what else do you need in this world? Last time my brother got up and danced and I commend him. I commend him. You know why? We had the conversation downstairs. When Mata and you are connected, nothing else in this world matters. I don't care. And that should be your modus operandi. Put her first. Anything that has to come out of this mouth or this mind, devotees, make sure it passes through her filter. We all have antivirus filters on our computers, I hope. Just so that any sort of negativity does not affect the computer. So too, let us install that filter, Bhavani Shankarma. Nothing negative. I don't want anything. I don't want to hear anything negative. I don't want to see anything negative. And most of all, I don't want to think anything negative. Because Mata is with me. Prem se bolo Jagadambe Mata ki Jai. We must seek the kingdom of the divine Ma within. This NauvRaatri festival, was celebrated in the olden days, according to scriptures, by kings. For what? For gaining the favor of nature. For gaining the favor of nature before embarking on any wars of conquest. Chaitra and Devi Bhagavatam tells us, Lord Rama performed Devi Ma Puja, Durga Mata Puja in Lanka before battle. And when Ravan lost his entire army, all his sons, all his brothers, he called the high priest, and you know what he was about to do? Maha Havan to whom? Shakti Devi Mandir. And if Hanumanji had not interrupted that Havan, devotees, we would have been speaking a different language today. That Havan was governed, and this is why Ravan lost that war, because so powerful was his devotion to Devi. The other significance now, or significances of NauvRaatri, is intended to secure victory over the Navagrahas. Many times as Pandits we get called from devotees, Baba, check the patra, things are not going well, maybe we have a graha or something like this. To get control over these 9 planets, again the number 9, Nauv. Saint Tyagaraja, however, declared that if only he has Rama's Anuraga, or Rama's face, or grace, the Navagrahas would be utterly powerless. Men today should not seek the earthly victory sought by the ancient rulers. They should seek the sovereignty of Atma Samrajyam, the kingdom of the spirit within them. This calls for control of all our senses, not just a few, and the removal of all of these bad qualities and the one other negative called jealousy. Jealousy will create destruction. We will self-destruct because of jealousy. Brothers and sisters, the sadhana we speak of today must begin from now. Begin today. Don't wait for next NauvRaatri. While we are young, and I say that we are all young, we're just getting a little mature in some cases. Do not put it off until you become old. You have Shanti. What is Shanti, everybody? What is Shanti? Peace, yes. The subtle effect of mantras that we chant, or this mystic formula, mentioned in our Vedas and scriptures, it cannot be seen or heard by the senses. However, they have to be experienced within. This inner consciousness, this antakarana. It is foolish to try to shape the world without first shaping ourselves. We try to correct other people without looking at our own faults. Devotees, they have to be experienced through inner consciousness. Let us shape ourselves as the embodiment of peace, love, and reverence. Everyone you see as love, compassion, and humility. Tonight, we glorify her again in this beautiful bhajan, which is done in Bhojpuri style. I ask all of you, join with me, let us sing. जय जगजननी भवानी, जय जगजननी भवानी, जय जगजननी भवानी, जय जगजननी भवानी. Guru Ji Major sir. जय जगजननी भवानी ओ भवानी हो रामा अतल वरदानी. जय जग जननी भवानी. जगमग ज्योति विराजे, ज्योति विराजे। जगमग जगमग ज्योति विराजे, ज्योति विराजे। तेज प्रताप निरानी हो निधानी हो राम, अचल वरदानी जग जननी भवानी हो राम, ओ भवानी हो राम, अचल वरदानी जग जननी। गमनाथ पार तुम्हारो, पार तुम्हारो। नहीं माया गमनाथ पार तुम्हारो, पार तुम्हारो। ईश सुरेश न जानी हो राम, ओ न जानी हो राम, अचल वरदानी जग जननी भवानी हो राम, अचल वरदानी जग जननी। कल्याणी हो राम, अचल वरदानी जग जननी भवानी, जग जननी भवानी हो राम, ओ भवानी हो राम, अचल वरदानी जग जननी भवानी। जय जग जननी भवानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, जय जग जननी भवानी, जय जग जननी भवानी हो, जग जननी भवानी हो राम, ओ भवानी हो राम, अचल वरदानी जग जननी भवानी, जग जननी भवानी हो, ओ भवानी हो राम, अचल वरदानी। प्रेम से बोलो जगदम्बे भवानी शंकर माता की जय। Our katha continues tonight, devotees. We ask ourselves a question tonight. What is the way to enter this spiritual path? Scriptures tells us when Ravan fell victim to the prompting of the mind, his mind was misguiding him. His demonic nature predominated. And what happened? As a worshipper, astute worshipper of Lord Shiva and Bhavani Shankar Mata, and a mastery of many sciences, by the way, Ravan wrote his own version of the Indrajal. He practiced the Indrajal. You know what the Indrajal is? Not a good book, alright? Whenever a desire arises in the mind, one should exercise the power of discrimination and decide whether it is good or bad. And this is the way to enter the spiritual path. Every one of us must decide what are these four states. Remember the four different qualities in man: humanness, the animal nature, the demonic nature, and of course the divine nature. The Atmic principle we spoke about, everyone should strive to fortify now the spiritual ends. Devotees, this heart is not a physical heart. It is the abode of the spirit we spoke about. And sometimes we point here, we say, okay, the heart, Bhagwan is here, the Atma is here. Listen carefully from our scriptures now. It is the abode of the spirit, and it is located in the spinal column between the 9th and the 12th vertebrae. Any medical students in the audience? Or any chiropractic students in the audience? We have a chiropractor in the audience? The 9th and 12th vertebrae located way down to the back, to the base of that spinal cord. And the Shushumna Nadi we speak about are like two serpents. They're bent downwards like this. And the 7 chakras, and with the chanting, with the playing of the drums, with the energizing of the chakras, the colors that we wear, the sound, the na, the frequency, the chakras also match the sound frequency. Based on those vibrations, that Shushumna Nadi becomes energized. And it turns its head upwards like a snake, and it begins to climb up now, the spinal column. And that's when the chakras now begin to get energized. Our body begins to rock like this. The energy centers begin to open. Self-healing begins to occur. And then that energy shoots up now into the Sahasrara chakra, where that 1,000-petal lotus opens now. And that connection is made with the Supreme. This is how we do Dhyanam. This is how we do Tapasya. Brothers and sisters, it shines like a lightning of a core of a dark cloud. Once that energy starts to go up to the Shushumna Nadi. Shushumna refers to the state in which all of the sensory organs in this body are subdued, and the mind now, the desires, are under control. And you know, there's an analogy I like to use. The more desires that we have in life, the greater our unhappiness. How does this work? The more desires we have, the greater our unhappiness. Because you see, desires, if they do not get fulfilled, what happens to us? We become very sad. And the more desires we have that are not fulfilled, our sorrow increases. So reduce the desires. The only desire we should have in life is the desire to be reunited at the end of this mortal coil with the Divine Prabhu, the Divine Lord. It is not a deep sleep, devotees, when the mind becomes under control. The term used by the Vedantins, spiritual philosophers, needs to be understood deeper and deeper. And the easier path is to love God with a pure and unwavering mind. Tukaram confessed that he was acquainted with the techniques of meditation, the rules for performing sacrifices. Oh Rama, the only method I know is to attain your love with a pure heart. Let me have your grace for cherishing love, he declared. Devotees, tomorrow morning we'll be doing beautiful Ram Katha, of course tomorrow is Sri Ram Navami. But I want to take you to Ramcharitamanas for 1 minute. Speaking of this love for God. You remember I believe it is in Ayodhya Khan, where Lakshman and the whole entourage from Ayodhya, they went into the forest to try to bring Lord Rama back to Ayodhya. And what did he say? What did Lord Rama say to him? Brother, to maintain the words of my father. My words are my father. What were his words? Prana jai para vachana na jai. Meaning, if it even means my last breath, I will stand for my word. Devotees, always remember this. Put this as a maxim. If you give someone your word, even if it means your life, stand by it. Stand by it. Prana jai para vachana na jai. This is how Lord Rama, this was his maxim. And when Lakshman pleaded with him and all the other ministers in Ayodhya, please come back, O Prabhu. Ayodhya is like a ghost town without you. He said, no Lakshman, take my slippers, my khara, my sandals. And what did Lakshman do? He didn't just take his khara and place it in a bag and throw it on his back. Devotees, Lakshman took the slippers of Sri Ram and touched it to touch one of his eyes. And with tears in his eyes, he placed those sandals of the Lord on his head, and he walked back for hundreds of miles until he got to Ayodhya. And when he got back to the kingdom of Ayodhya, he took the sandals and he placed it on the throne. Placed the sandals of Lord Rama on the throne. That is the love that we speak of tonight. To him, nothing else matters. When you see the devotees walking in, when they bring the Vyasji into the mandir every night, you notice they place the book on their head. Nothing else matters. That shows a symbol of simplicity, selflessness, sublime, submitting before the Devi. Bhagwan tonight considers now the lone seeker who avoids fellow men and selfless involvement in society. What do we mean by this? It's a poor sadhak. I'll give you an example. A single drop of water, I believe it was raining this evening, a single drop of water eventually becomes evaporated pretty soon. So the rain doesn't stay out there, it gets evaporated. It cannot reach the sea or the lake. You have this lake here from which it was sourced by the rays of the sun. So the sun with the rays absorbs the water, evaporates, becomes rain, it falls and goes back into that cycle again, over and over and over, washing and purifying. The rays of sun, unless it moves with its kith and kin, that same little droplet, entering maybe a stream, maybe the sewer, and going down the road into Lake Ontario, falling into a river and flowing onto it. Unless that happens, it will remain a little droplet of water and get absorbed. Just as all rivers automatically incline towards the ocean or the lake, likewise, all of us, all individuals, for improvement, we should voluntarily cooperate with each other. I repeat this. Voluntarily cooperate with each other, breaking the shackles of individuality and reaching the goal of spiritual unity. Unity. This is the plan of action designed by God for us to merge back into the universal. Tonight, in fact, let me ask you all a question again. What facets of life do you think that cooperation is a necessity? In what facets of life is cooperation a necessity? Anybody? At home? At school? Community? What about mandir? What about masjid? Churches? Cooperation is a necessity. These are communities that we are building and responsible to uphold and protect. And remember this from our scriptures. When we stand up and uphold dharma, one day dharma will stand up and uphold us. In the courts of righteousness, not judged by any judge or jury out here in this material world, by the greatest judge of them all, the only judge, the one that matters, Bhagwan, Bhavani Shankar. You know, we are all like single droplets of water. Do we want to merge in that ocean? Or do we want to just get evaporated and come back and do the cycle all over again? No, devotees. This requires constant awareness of thoughts, like you are all in thought tonight. Deep meditation, deep dhyanam with the Devi. Words of actions, and most importantly, unity. Unity, this maxim. Baba tells us, do not consider society a trap or trick, tantalizing cooperation or contraption, Prema Yoga, this path of love, insists upon service and love to our fellow beings, not hatred, love to our fellow beings. It is the best form of sadhana. And service is the natural expression of a person who has realized that I and my God are one. That there is no distinction between this and that, the creator and creation, energy and matter. And this unity of all devotees, all is one. The philosophical basis for the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Feel that everyone is Trayambakam. What do we mean by this? Three-eyed manifesting as will, work and wisdom. Doer, duty and deed, strength, sweetness and light. Feel the God in each other. Feel the God in our brothers and sisters. In whatever service you can, do it with discriminating skill, with no fear of compulsion and no thought of compensation. You need no uniform, no parade or badge. A person in distress does not need a plea for help. Since it is our nature to give and forgive, look into that person's eyes with compassion and lend him a hand of a brother or sister. Love is born in the womb of Seva, and love grows through Seva. God is love, love is God. This is the truth of Bhagwan has come to teach us. Devotees, scatter those seeds of love in the dreary hearts, and those seeds will sprout into blossoms of love, which will fill the air with fragrance. And you see, when drops of love are rained, a river of love will murmur ecstatically through the values, and every child, bird and beast and pebble will sing those songs of love. Prema Yoga will lead us Godwards, Prema Yoga. And no one can train another in meditation, remember this, or claim to train. Meditation is a function of the mind. God is one without a second, and He does not change. He is not affected when the name by which you adore Him is changed. Service tonight, devotees, removes the evil of any sort of malfunctions. Sleep causes dreams. Maya is the deluding power of this divine. The mind is a bundle of desires that have formed itself through ego. We ask all of you, resolve to achieve success in the sadhana of what is Japam? Japam, chanting the name of God. In Japamala, Likita Japam, writing in a book like we did during the Navratri period. Dhyanam, reading the scriptures or holy books. And bhajan, singing, which we do so well. In the temple of our hearts and in the community singing as well. Be an example to others in these matters. And that is the way to lead. And that is the way to move forward now to Bhagwan. Another beautiful bhajan we sing tonight. And don't forget, at the top of the hour we'll perform Arati. And then we'll be going outside to perform the Purnahuti, or the burning of the 108 dried coconuts. The bhajan says, victory to you, O Goddess Amba, Mother of this universe, who is the grantor of auspiciousness and prosperity, and the destroyer of dangers, who confers knowledge, power, and supreme wisdom, who is the embodiment of auspiciousness and love. O Mother of this universe, kindly bestow prosperity. We sing this beautiful bhajan tonight. Jai, 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 Devi Jagadamba. Praises to the Divine Mother. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Jai 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 Devi Jagadamba, Jai 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 Devi Jagadamba, Jai Jai Devi Jagadamba, Jai Jai Devi Jagadamba. Sankat Harini, Mangal Karni, Sankat Harini, Mangal Karni, Devi Jagadamba, Jai 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 Devi Jagadamba. Jnana Shatri Jnanamayi, Premamayi Kalyanamayi. Jnana Shatri Jnanamayi, Premamayi Kalyanamayi. Shubhade Mata Devi Jagadamba, Shubhade Mata Devi Jagadamba, Devi Jagadamba, Jai 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 Devi Jagadamba. Jagadambe Bhavani Shankar Mata ki Jai. Our katha continues tonight. Om Namaschandikayebhyo Namaha. During the Pavali time, and even during Puja, we all light a lamp, a diya. Right? Question for you tonight. What are the 4 elements required to light this light? Name one, come on. Don't be shy. Anyone? Diya? Yes, what else? Ghee or oil? What again? Wick, yes, and match. Beautiful, well done. If you want to light a lamp, we need four things as we identified. First, the container. What is the container? Oh, let me cover it. Container, we said oil, wick, and matches. And if any one of these is lucky, that light will never be lit. Right? This lamp, however, once lit properly, can remove the darkness, the outside darkness, as we've been speaking about. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. How is this darkness in the heart removed, devotees? Yes, we can light that diya, we can wave that diya all day. Tumeva mata cha pita tumeva. Remove tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Remove this darkness. How do we remove the darkness in the inside, the one inside? I asked this question in a gathering once, and a young boy jumped and said, Baba, Clorox. Don't try that, it doesn't work, okay? Devotees, it can be removed by all of the teachings you have learned all week. Gyan, knowledge. The spiritual light to be lit, the light of wisdom, Jnana Jyoti. And this also needs four elements. Vairagya, detachment, that is the container, the body. Bhakti, devotion or oil, that is the and Ekagrata, one pointed concentration, that is the wick. That is why the flame always goes upwards. You ever see a flame going sideways or downwards? No. That flame has so much, we can do a whole katha just on the flame. The flame goes upwards because of single pointedness. Brothers and sisters, Gyan, knowledge of the supreme truth, is that matchstick that we use to ignite that flame. And without all four, the light of spiritual wisdom will get lost. Of the four, the primary requisite is the spirit of renunciation, vairagya, of what the container represents, this body, this mind, and this ego. And without this attachment, all knowledge of the scripture, we could read scriptures day and night, it is of no avail. What is detachment now? Detachment is the absence of attachment to the body. Very technical terms. Detachment is the absence of detachment to this body. Attachment to the body, sorry. The body one day will die and go. It is temporary, it is a sheath. What required cleansing needs to be from the inside, the heart. And I keep pointing the heart. We just spoke about the Shishrunnanadi. My name, the ego feeling, which makes me think of the I. In this time, it should be given up. In this day and age, me, mine, my position, my decision, my temple, my harmonium. When you say my temple, let me draw a reference here tonight. When you say my temple, you must be prepared to work with unity for all without any barriers or walls, and wanting to put yourself, ego, your accomplishments first. That has to be in the back, has no value, no meaning here. Every one of us, yes, this is your temple and our temple. But first and foremost, it is God's temple. It is Devi Mandir, Mataji's temple. And of love and togetherness for all, not just for a handful of you. For all. The doors are open for all. Instead of saying what is mine and what is yours and what is not the other person's, ask instead now, how may I serve? How may I serve? And don't look for anything in return, because one day you and I will leave this mortal coil, nothing belongs to us. We said it last night, when we come into this world, we come in with our fists like this. And we leave with absolutely nothing except our good or bad karma. Brothers and sisters, the sense of mamaka, possessiveness, and the ego feelings are the cause of raga, attachment. Attachment is I want, this is mine, this is mine. How is this disease of attachment to be eradicated? By the process of self-inquiry. Very simple. When you realize that this body, the impermanence of this body is temporary, and all the sensory experiences that you acquire, the sense of vairagya, detachment, it only means that you should discharge your duties, treating the body as God-given, as an instrument for the purpose of serving mankind selflessly. Para upakar artham idam sariram, the scriptures tells us. This body is for the purpose of helping others, not to eat, drink and be merry. for the purpose of helping others. And when we practice this trait of help ever, hurt never, and not looking for anything in return, we are making that step, that journey towards the feet of the Divine Mother and reaping the benefit of this 9 nights of NauvRaatri, the essence of NauvRaatri, devotees. As I summarize, it should never, our body should never be used for selfish ends. Never. Let me ask you tonight, put up 5 fingers in the air tonight. Put up 5 fingers. Can any one of these 5 fingers work individually without the others? Can you pick up something with 1 finger? Can you write with 1 finger? It doesn't work like that. Similarly, devotees, it takes 10 fingers working in unison, like this, to clap. And look at joy and the wonderful feeling. I want you to clap your hands like, come on, clap, like this. Slowly. Rhythm, come on. D major. You see how it works? Keep clapping, come on. काली कमली ओढ़ के आए भक्तों की भगवान रे, तेरी मेरी मेरी पहचान। जय काली माता। काली कमली ओढ़ के आए भक्तों की भगवान रे, तेरी मेरी पहचान। बिना हाथ से भोजन करता, बिन पाँव की चलता फिरता। बिना हाथ से भोजन करता, बिन पाँव की चलता फिरता। सब कुछ सुनता, कुछ नहीं कहता, सब कुछ सुनता, कुछ नहीं कहता। अजब ये तेरी बान रे, तेरी मेरी मेरी पहचान। काली कमली ओढ़ के आए भक्तों की भगवान रे, तेरी मेरी मेरी पहचान। तेरी मेरी मेरी पहचान। तेरी मेरी मेरी पहचान। Now put the 10 fingers together and give yourselves a lovely round of applause. You see, that is how it works. Togetherness. One finger cannot operate by itself, devotees. It is useless. This is the purpose of NauvRaatri. Come together in unity, in unison, for one purpose, under one God, for one purpose. To love all and serve all, and help ever, hurt never. serving each other selflessly. As we close this evening, 3 simple methods to observe NauvRaatri. 1 is truth. We worship Devi Durga, the goddess, on these 9 nights of NauvRaatri in different forms. And we consider the Devi as our divine mother. She is called Satya Swarupini, which means the embodiment of truth. And worshipping truth in thought, word and deed amounts to worshipping the Devi. 2, as nature. The NauvRaatri celebration is an occasion for revering nature Prakriti and considering how natural resources can be properly used in the best interest of mankind. In these days, in this time, there's a lot of focus on natural resources. Let me just stress on this point just a little bit. Resources like water, like the air, power, minerals, they should be used properly and not misused or wasted. Devotees, economy in the use of every natural resource is absolutely vital. And pollution, as you know, in the air, it has many evil consequences. The inner significance of observances like this, what we are doing tonight, Nagar Sankirtan and Bhajans, to fill the atmosphere with sacred vibrations and holy thoughts. The inauguration of the NauvRaatri festival means that we should use this occasion for offering worship to nature and resolving to make sacred use of all natural resources. You all may have heard recently of the Save Soil movement, which is a global movement launched by Sadhguru. You have heard of this, no? Save Soil, Save the Soil. And what he's doing, he's addressing the soil crisis by bringing together people from all around the world to stand up for soil health and supporting leaders of all nations who care to initiate and institute national policies and actions towards increasing the organic content of cultivatable soil. This is how we utilize our voices, devotees, our so-called positions, to call for service to the broader community and to save our planet. What can we do as a community, as a family, as a temple, or wider temple community to preserve natural resources towards a more sustainable living? Any suggestions for the children? Anyone studying science in school? We learn about photosynthesis, the water cycle, the climate action in school. Should we even think about forming a committee here at Devi Mandir? Not seeing any volunteers, so maybe we should pick on something. If anyone is interested in being part of this community, you can see Priya, we nominate her. Devotees, this should be a catalyst to advance further discussions on how we can improve our environment. And finally, the third way to observe this NauvRaatri, discussing simple ways of worshipping NauvRaatri. Truth, nature and mother, the 3 concepts. Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati. Recognize one's mother as the very embodiment of all divine forces, that is. This is the true message that the NauvRaatri festival gives us. The Supreme Shakti manifests herself in the form of Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati. Durga to grant us energy, physical, mental and spiritual. Lakshmi bestows upon us the wealth of many kinds, and not just money, not just dhan, but intellectual wealth, the wealth of character and others. Even health is a kind of wealth. Do we agree, please? Health is your wealth, and she grants us untold wishes. Saraswati Ma bestows upon us the intelligence, the capacity for intellectual inquiry and the power of discrimination we spoke of last night. The NauvRaatri festival celebrated in order to proclaim the world the power of these 3 forms of the goddess. She provides us energy, wealth and intelligence, and she constantly desires our advancement of life. So she represents all of the 3 goddesses as we worship in this festival. As I close tonight, an episode from the life of Adi Shankaracharya, who composed amongst many of them the Nirvana Shatakam, the Bhaja Govindam, as many other beautiful scriptures. This great Acharya was barely 4 years old at the time. His father was a devout scholar and used to offer daily worship of milk to goddess Rajeshwari every morning, one of the forms of Devi. And meditating before the goddess with closed eyes, devotees, he would offer a bowl of cow's milk to her, and by the time he opened his eyes, after meditation, he would find that the bowl was only half full, the other half being accepted by as an offering to the goddess. One day he had to go to a neighboring village, for 3 days to give lectures. And he told his wife to arrange worship of the goddess, as customary, with the offering of milk. And his young son, Shankara, would deputize for him to make the offering to her. And in accordance with his father's instructions, the young lad sat in front of the goddess in the sanctum now and performed the prescribed ritual. After meditation, when he opened his eyes, he was astonished to see that bowl of milk that was offered to the goddess. It was full to the brim. He felt sad and he cried out. He says, "Ma, Divine Mother, what have I done wrong? I cannot bear this punishment. Please show your grace to me as you do my father." He prayed immensely, devotees, for some time with his closed eyes. When he opened his eyes, he saw now that the bowl was totally empty. All the milk had gone. And he was in distress again and he cried out, "Devi, why have you consumed all the milk? Where is our share of the prasadam?" You see, if we are denied this share of prasadam, what mother will say and what the others will think? You see, they should share the rest of the prasadam with the village. I will not leave this place until this bowl is refilled. And in response to his fervent prayer, the goddess spoke. You see, devotees, when we go before her, with unconditional love, she responds like this. The goddess spoke to him now. She says, "Dear child, when the droplet of water has joined the river towards the ocean, how can it be redirected?" Do you follow this piece of theology? When that droplet of water has been directed to the ocean, how can it be redirected? In other words, his devotion to the Divine Mother was so strong that all the milk was offered to her. How can it be diverted? What a beautiful story, devotees. Then Shankara said, "Nobody will believe me when I said that no milk was left in the bowl after my worship, Oma. They may think that I drank it all. I cannot face them. Devi, without your prasad, I will not leave this altar, this sanctum." And what happened, devotees? He said, "I will lay my life down at your feet." Devi Rajeshwari, her heart melted, devotees, like any mother, on hearing the young boy's appeal. And what did she do? She took the bowl and she poured her divine breast milk into that bowl and gave it to the young devotee. Devotees, the compassion of the Divine Mother, it has no limits. I repeat tonight, this would be the motto, this is the mission statement of this 9-night NauvRaatri Yajna. I want to inscribe this not only into your hearts, into your minds. When you go home, write it down in a book. The compassion of the Divine Mother, it has no limits, infinitesimal. It has no limits. Prem se bolo Jagadambe Bhavani Shankar Mata ki jai. In conclusion tonight, it is my hope that this yajna enables all of us to become aware of the truth, and that we all grow in faith, which will endow with great divine energy and enthusiasm to embody the divine qualities of Shakti Devi Mandir. Serve selflessly and without any discrimination, or seek any fame or fortune or glory. Now that you are fully charged with teachings of spirituality from our sacred scriptures, from all the Pandits and myself, go out of this university called Devi Mandir and spread the word of divinity to all. Share it with pure love and devotion. Take a moment, devotees, and step fully now into this experience. How do you feel? Now, I want you to connect with one phrase, one experience that you've had over the past 9 nights, that has meant perhaps the most to you during these 9 sessions, that describes your experience, your feeling of this moment, and realize that you create this feeling from within yourself. Nobody created this for you, and that you can come back to this feeling any moment in your future. To the Devi Mandir Board of Directors, I say to you, Swagatam. I say to you, thank you, Koti Dhanyavad, for allowing me to be part of this beautiful 9-night celebration. To the Devi Mandir Kirtan group, to all the musicians and singers that came night after night, and to those who have helped to make this wonderful yajna a memorable and incredibly successful event. To my dear brother Pandit Satyanand Maharaj on Bhakti TV, and all the devotees who are joining us we have devotees from all across the world joining us on both the Devi Mandir social media pages as well as Pandit Neil Persad media pages. Thank you for joining us. To my parents, my gurus, my ancestors, for the blessings to continue to uphold Dharma, your love and participation and encouragement are the greatest blessings that we'll ever receive. May your lives be enriched, uplifted, enlightened, and fully engulfed. Engage in selfless service to mankind. Love all and serve all selflessly. I love you all very, very much. And until we meet again, may the blessings of Adi Shakti, Jagadambe Bhavani Shankar Mata be upon you and your entire family. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Prem se bolo Jagadambe Bhavani Shankar Mata ki. Devotees, I believe we'll have some words from any member of the board of directors before we go into Arati. Uncle Vishnu is here, yes?
Vyasji, Pandit Girishji, Pandit Prakashji, dear devotees, namaskar. Vyasji, for the past few days, I missed a lot of it, but I tuned in. And I must say that whenever you come to this mandir, the sunshine shines very brightly. Never mind it's winter, but it feels warm, and the beautiful sunshine that shines throughout this mandir, that always leave us with such a happy feeling. And the lessons that we learned that you have taught us over the past few days has been really tremendous. We want to thank you for that. Let's give Panditji a big round of applause. To all our Mandir Pandits, the service that you continue to give to Devi Mandir, we want to tell you how appreciative we are of you all. And thank you so much. Let's give them a round of applause. To the head of our religious team, Mary Ram Persad, who has worked tirelessly behind the scenes and organized this whole yagna, her and her team, we'd like to say thank you very much for the work that you've done. And of course, the best Kirtan group in all of Canada. Let's give them a big round of applause. And I see tonight we have a gentleman who is playing tabla that we haven't seen for a little while. I don't know, Panditji, what do you think? Was he good or not?
I know his father, no, I'll make a complaint.
Oh, okay, good. And we want to thank you, the people, for your continued support of the Devi Mandir and for all that you do to help promote our dharma here in the Durham region. Thank you all for supporting us and giving us the encouragement to continue and keep on doing the good things that we have been doing. We have another big celebration that is coming up next Saturday. I'll ask Panditji to emphasize a little bit on that. And on the 7th of May, we have our Mother's Day program. It's going to be an exceptionally nice program, different to the programs that we have had in the past. And we'll talk a little bit more about that after tomorrow, which is at the end of this NauvRaatri celebration. So Panditji, I'll give you the mic again to talk about Hanuman Jayanti that is coming up. And I want to say how happy we are to have you here again. And never mind you, like me, you're losing all your hair, but that means that at least you're doing something good, that you're thinking so much that the hair can't stay on the head. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give Uncle Vishnu a lovely round of applause. So before we stand for Arati, let me just give you the schedule for the next few hours and of course for tomorrow. So what we are going to do now is to perform final Aarti. We'll do this in a very orderly fashion and then we'll immediately proceed downstairs. If it's not raining, I believe the Havan Kund is already set up and we are going to burn the 108 coconuts out there by chanting beautiful mantras. Then tomorrow morning we shall return. I believe Abhishek will start from 9 o'clock, but Katha will be from 10 till about 11:45. We'll be doing Ramayana Satsang. I'll be here, Abhishek tomorrow with Pandit Jag as well. And we are going to celebrate Sri Ram Navami. Remember, Lord Rama was born at 12 midday. So we'll have that lead up, that build up until that time, that auspicious time, and we'll bring in the Murti. And of course, we'll perform his pujan, Sri Ram Janam Din. Prem se bolo Bhagwan Sri Ram Chandra ki. And if you all are still interested, please, if you have not done so already, we have tickets for our Hanuman Jayanti 108 Lady Puja next Saturday from 9 to midday. Please see up the body in the back and get your tickets for that event. It will be a beautiful event. I'll be back with you on that Saturday. Please, please stand for final Aarti. Hari Om Sajan Javat Samayuktam Mahinayojitam Maya Deepam Grahanadi Vashyatrailokyam Divinapaham Yani Kani Chapapani Janmayantarkitani Chaha Tani Tani Vinashanti Pradakshanam Pari Pari.
करुणावतारं संसारसारं
भुजगेन्द्रारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दनं यदपूजितं मया देवा परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे पारिवारवरमागहो हरसदेहो श्रीरङ्ग पदसरोजनपायिनी भक्ति सदा सत्संग गुरु श्यामि रामचंद्र भगवान की उमापति महादेव की जय श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय सूर्य नारायण भगवान की जय श्री गणेश भगवान की जय राधा वर कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय जगदम्बे माता की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय सरस्वती माता की जय लक्ष्मी माता की जय सब देवों की जय सब संतन की जय सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय गंगा मैया की जय गौ माता की जय भारत माता की जय सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्ति रामा शान्ति उषधय शान्ति वनस्पत शान्ति विश्वदेव शान्ति ब्रह्मा शान्ति सर्वगुण शान्ति शांतिरेव शांति सामा शांतिरेव devotee everyone to the bow गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर् साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः बोलो मात की जय सद्गुरुदेव भगवान की जय बोलो व्यासदेव भगवान की जय
Jai Jai Sitaram devotees. Let us now, in an orderly fashion, proceed downstairs where we will ignite our Havan Kund. We'll walk around 9 times while offering our coconuts into the Havan Kund. Jai Mata Di! Jai Mata Di!